Hey guys, welcome back to another Tesla and Nvidia update video. Today I'm be talking about my thoughts and what to expect next for both Tesla and Nvidia. If you want to, just skip halfway through to watch the Nvidia update. I'm going to start out with Tesla. Kind of just talk you through what happened today and what I expect to happen tomorrow. And before we get into that, guys, I do have a Discord where I post live trading updates for both Nvidia and Tesla every single day. Let you know, key levels to look out for, good buying positions, some other helpful tips. Just kind of guide you guys through the trading day on these stocks. Definitely go check that out. The link's at the top of my description. There's a free trial. Definitely go check it out. People are really seem to like it, but the full subscription is $5 a month. Very cheap, very affordable, and people are really liking it, saying they are definitely getting their money's worth. But into the analysis, guys. Starting off with Tesla, as you can see, we came up today earlier and kind of double topped at yesterday's high at 436. Right when we got that, we got a huge move to the downside, breaking below that 423 top of this purple level, as well as dropping below 420, which was a pretty major support the past day or two, and then falling down to that next support at 415. But we did surprisingly hold 415. It was looking a little weak towards the end of the day, but it looks like we started to find some support there and closed at 417. Still down almost 3% today, so not what the bulls wanted to see. Now going into tomorrow, guys, we do have CPI, which does tend to spike that VIX. And looking at the VIX here, as you can see, we have been just trending on this little trend line here, this little uptrend. And with CPI tomorrow, I would not be surprised if we did get a huge spike, near 25, 30 tomorrow. And when that does happen, that does shy away buyers and does make buyers not want to buy. So my prediction for tomorrow is we could be getting a little sell-off early morning, kind of continue this little downtrend. A lot of people probably started to buy in here, thinking that this was the end of the bleeding, but I would not be surprised if CPI and that VIX spiking moves us down to the bottom of the zone at 406-ish, 407. When that does happen, I'm sure a lot of people who bought up here are going to close their positions. We could even see a little move, below this purple zone. But once that does happen, guys, I do think we're actually going to get bought back up. I do think we're going to get bought back up, maybe retest that 420, 423-ish zone. If we look at that 1 hour SMA, you can see we're all the way at the bottom of the indicator, negative 80 right now, and we could get down to negative 88, negative 90 is pretty much the max that it can get to, that Tesla gets to. So we are very close to a bottom, but I would not be surprised if we did get a little sharp sell-off with CPI tomorrow, make that SMI get all the way extended to the bottom, get the bulls out of their position before we reverse back up. So watch for a little move down tomorrow morning, and then I do think we're probably going to get bought back up. I don't know if we're going to get stopped here at 417-ish at this little trend line, or if we're actually going to make it past and retest this 420, 423-ish region. No matter what, I do think we're going to get bought back up. And if we do get to this 423, 420-ish region, if we continue to use it as resistance, then I do think that we're probably going to continue this downtrend. But guys, if we do find it as support here, then we could be back in business. The bulls could be back in business, and we could be making our way up to that 440 level, followed by that 450 level, which would be a retest of this massive bear flag that we've been trading in for a while now, or rising channel, whatever you want to call it. So going tomorrow, basically watch for a short sell-off, followed by and then I expect it to be bought back up. And then kind of longer term here, guys, if we do find support at that 420-ish level, I would expect this to happen in the coming days, maybe weeks. So we find support here, right? I do expect us to make a move up to retest this bear flag if we do find support. But the end goal is still a downtrend, guys. We fell to the bottom of this bear flag. So once we come up here, this is kind of the max goal I got right now for Tesla to the upside. Then I would expect us to bleed back down. And then if we do get, rejected at this 420-ish level, I would expect us to continue this downtrend, with that first target being the low 390s, followed by the low 380s, which was where this double bottom was a little while back, followed by this little gap we have at 370-ish, and that true retest of this breakout at this green zone at around 350. So no matter what, I do think Tesla is in a downtrend. The only way we'd get out of this downtrend if we got back into this rising channel, which could happen, but as of right now, it does not look very likely. So if you're looking to meaningfully buy into Tesla, not financial advice, but I would kind of hold off a little bit. We could be getting a deeper move down here. This would be a lot better price. But if we do, claim back this this rising channel, if we do claim it again, then we could be heading to all-time highs again. So maybe not be a bad buying position, but I'd kind of just wait for confirmation. Again, not financial advice, but that is kind of what I see here. So that's kind of Tesla. Again, I'll go over it quick. Early morning, I do expect a move down to the bottom of the zone with CPI, with that VIX probably going to spike. From there, I would expect a little bit of I would expect to get bought back up, and then once we get bought back up, we can see if we start using the top of this purple zone as resistance, or we come back above it. It's kind of what I see for Tesla. Definitely showing some weakness. But yeah, moving into Nvidia, guys. And of course, if you have any questions, guys, go ahead, drop them in the comments. I'll get back to you. But yeah, looking at Nvidia now, let's zoom out. As you can see, we have been trading within this pennant for a while. Had a little false breakout here again, and I did tell my members, here, let me bring it up really quick. I did tell my members at the beginning of the day, let's see, at the beginning of the day, right here, I said we're opening with a nice gap up, which we did, although every gap up we've been getting smacked down. Also, we're pretty far away from that daily 9 EMA. So I did not think that we were actually going to break out. I honestly thought that we're going to fall to that 186 level, and look at that, we're pretty much near there. If the bulls were strong here, guys, that daily EMA, as you can see, currently that EMA is at 186. What I wanted to happen was see price, chopping like the 190s. The low 190s to 188 kind of chop here. Let this 9 EMA catch up to us. And then once that does happen, we could rally meaningfully higher. What I told my members I did not want to see is us to come down to meet that 9 EMA, which is what we did today. We did not want to come down to meet that 9 EMA. We did that. That shows weakness. So moving into tomorrow, guys, I would not be surprised, again, with CPI tomorrow, with that VIX probably going to spike with CPI, I would not be surprised if we at least got to move back down to this 186 level for a clean retest. But honestly, would not be surprised if we did see the top of this purple zone at 183.5. Definitely not out of the picture. I do think that we're in a downtrend right now with that little false breakout. But guys, once we get down to here, that 1 hour SMI will probably be all the way down to the bottom of the indicator, and once that does happen, probably not a bad time to start nibbling on some positions, as we could rocket back up from here, find support in the low 190s, 188-ish, and then we could talk about maybe breaking out again. Excuse me. So watch out for that. I do expect a sharp move down tomorrow morning, kind of the same with Tesla. And on this, you can see on this uptrend we had recently, just absolutely parabolic uptrend. We kind of bypassed that 180 level. We kind of bypassed the top of this purple zone at 183.5. And we also bypassed that 186 level. All these levels are very, very important. As you can see, trading around 186 for a while, trading around this 180 level, and trading around 183. So the fact that none of these levels got retested also kind of made me feel like we were not ready to break out. So if we do come down to retest these levels, maybe even come down to 180 in the coming days, just think of it as gaining firepower. So when we do actually break out, it's meaningful, and we stay that high, because we do need to retest these levels before we break out, guys. That's kind of how it goes. Looking at the 4 hours, you can see we were at overbought territory. Another reason why I did not think we were really going to break out here. And guys, with earnings coming up on the 25th, normally we don't break out and like making meaningful moves to the upside. I know we had this little, massive 2 days here, but overall we were still chopping this pennant. So I don't expect us to really break out of this pennant to the upside or to the downside until we get earnings. Earnings should be that deciding factor of which way we want to move. But short term, guys, I would expect a little bit more pain, a little bit more bleeding down to retest some of these levels. Yeah, it's kind of what I see, but kind of the bullish picture, I guess. I was talking about that bearish little short-term picture, but bullish, guys, if we do come down to this, I think no matter what, we're going to come down to 186 and then probably come close to coming down to that purple zone. Again, this is the bullish outlook for tomorrow. Once that does happen, we could get bought back up, kind of like how I expect Tesla to get bought back up. And then if we can start using this 188 as support again, start chopping within this 188, 192-ish range, guys, that's a good sign. That means that maybe Nvidia is stronger than I think. That means we could be ready to break out soon. So if that does happen, if we do get pushed back up after retesting some of these levels, good sign. Chopping between 188 and 192-ish, good sign. But I kind of lean bearish right now. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I kind of lean bearish. I do think we need to retest some of these levels before we officially break out. And again, earnings on the 25th. We could break out before it, but, more times than not, we do wait till earnings to have that massive move. So, guys, that's kind of all I got for you today. Again, that VIX is probably going to spike tomorrow during CPI, which does shy away buyers. Does make me think that we're going to have a little small a move down in the market as the VIX spikes. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Go ahead and join my Discord. You even join that free trial if you'd like. Test it out for a few days, but I do post about 10 updates for each stock every single day, and people really seem to like it. And of course, I have a community where you can drop your questions in. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.